what's going on, everybody? My name is Hamuno, and welcome back to another tutorial video. In today's video, I will be giving you a tutorial on a step-by-step guide to make a very easy XP grinder out of a skelly spawner. So in your world, if you've been venturing around and caving and you found yourself a skelly spawner, and you're like, I want to turn this into one of those mob grinding XP farms. Well, this is the video for you. I'm going to show you an easy way, very simple way to do this so you can grab all your diamond gear and start enchanting it, because you're going to have a very easy way to get XP now. So let's get right into the tutorial video. Here are the materials needed for this XP farm: a hopper, two chests, one single piece of carpet. It can be any color. A cobblestone wall, 6 signs, can be any type of signs. Probably the hardest item in this whole list to get: 2 soul sand, 2 buckets of water, some torches. It ain't got to be 14. You just got to have a few torches on you. Some kelp and a slab. Now this slab can be any kind of stone slab, I recommend. But here it is. Pause it, take a minute, gather up the materials for this farm. All right, and let's get ready to build the farm. Okay, so if you've been playing in your world and you've been doing some caving and you run across a spawner here like I have here, you see the little swirling skeleton? That's how you know it's a skelly spawner. You can also find cave spider, zombie spawners, but you're gonna find them in caves. You can use a website called chunkbase.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. It's really a really good resource if you're looking for structures in your world, and it will point you in the location of a trial spawn. I mean, not a trial spawner, but of a spawner, of a monster spawner. So if you want to do it that way, you can. But like I've always said, Minecraft's a sandbox. If you don't like playing that way and you just want to find it yourself, they're going to be underground. You're going to have to get under a cave, go through caves, and eventually you'll stumble across one like we have here. And the first step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to light it up. About 2 torches on it is just fine, and maybe light up the cave coming into it as well, so you ain't got to worry about any dangers while you're building this farm. So now that we got it covered where to find the spawners at and how to neutralize the spawners, because these 2 torches will keep this thing from spawning any skeletons on us, and the nearby cave being lit up will stop any other wandering mobs from messing us up. Now we can actually get to making the farm. Okay, so first things first, you want to count 4 spots off of each side, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is good. 1, 2, 3, and remove it to get to 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we got 4 blocks either direction of the spawner mapped out, and you're going to want to clear these blocks out of the way so that all in all it makes a 9 by 9 square, because you got 4 on this side, 4 on this side, then the spawner counts as a square itself. And then you're going to want to fill in any gaps, like how we're going to have this. We'll fill all that in a second. So there we go. 4 on this side, 4 on this side. So see, you'll have something like this. It'll be a 4 on each side cleared out. So a total, it'll be a 9 by 9 area. And you're going to want to go up to 4 high on each of this. So you're going to go up 2 more blocks and go all the way around the room, just removing all these blocks. So take your time, do that. Remove all these blocks. Now, if you're further down in the world when you find your spawner, you're going to have to remove a lot of deep slate. So maybe if you're still using iron picks, like bring a few iron picks. But once you have something like this mapped out, a 9 by 9 area mapped out, that is the room that we're looking for. And then you're going to want to close off any gaps so that it makes a perfect box. Now we have a 9x9 4 high box currently right now. So let's move to the next step of the farm. Okay, after getting the initial room looking like this, you're going to want to throw a half slab on top of the spawner. I chose the mossy cobble one because as you mine this out, you can just use 3 mossy cobble to make a slab and throw one on top of there. But it can be any slab, any like stone slab, I recommend. Like it can be cobblestone, stone brick, deep slate, any kind of slab. Throw it here. And then now you're going to want to go down 5 more blocks. Mine out this floor 5 more blocks. So you'll have a total of 9 high in this entire room. So we've already went 4. So we got to go down 5 more with the whole floor. And just make sure you don't mine your spawner. Do not mine the spawner because it will give you some XP and it will disappear and you'll have to go find another spawner in order to do this farm. So just a tip, if you don't know, if you're kind of new to playing Minecraft, don't mine your spawners unless you just want to get rid of it. But if you want to try to have any kind of farm with it, do not mine the spawner because this thing can be turned into a beautiful, beautiful XP grinder. Now I know some of the material, like the soul sand, is pretty hard to get by, and I'll show you why we need 2 pieces in a minute, because one's going to be for the actual farm, and then one's going to be an entrance and exit to get out of this place, like pretty quick. Now, if you find your spawner pretty close to the, I forgot to close that off, but if you find your spawner pretty close to the top there, up near the top of the overworld, and you can like staircase down to like the little killing chamber we're going to build, then you can do that. You ain't got to have the second piece of soul sand. But I figure you're already in the nether, you can just grab 2 pieces, and we're going to make a cool little elevator to get us in and out of this farm with ease. And the soul sand, it might be a little scary going into the nether, but if you're wearing gold and you have a little gold on you, you can trade with the piglins and they might toss you some soul sand. So, or if you just happen to get lucky and spawn near a soul sand valley, so it's probably not too difficult to get, but it's probably the hardest item to acquire for this. So I'm going to finish mining out this and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so your room should look like this now. 9 by 9 by 9. 9 high, 9 vertical, 9 horizontal. You should have a 9 by 9 cube, 9 by 9 by 9 cube, pretty much. And then now you're going to pick which side. It's up to you. You want the skeletons to flow in. So I want them to flow to this side. So what I'm going to do, what you want to do first is just mine out the bottom 3 blocks here and then buy the bottom 3 here and make a little infinite water source. So when you put 2 buckets of water that way, this middle block becomes an infinite water source. So once you place the infinite water source down and you can fill your buckets back up, and then you're going to want to place 1 in this corner and 1 in that corner. And the water flowing should look like this, and then come and fill both of your buckets back up. And then with both your buckets filled back up, now you can seal this back up. You can fill that back up with blocks because you got the 2 initial water buckets down, plus you refilled them back up to have the water that we're going to need later in the farm. But once you have the water looking like this, mine out these blocks that the water's not touching. Only 1 block down. Just mine out 1 layer of where all the water is not touching. So you should have something that looks like this now. And then when you have it looking like this, stand directly in the middle and look right at that wall, and you're dead center of this wall now. And you're going to mine out 2 high, 1, 2, 3 deep. So you're going to have something like that. It's going to be 2 high, 3 deep. Now Once you have it looking like this, come back to this little area that we mined out 3 deep, 2 high, and go ahead and mine out the bottom layer as well. So now you got it 3 high, 2 deep. And you're going to place your soul sand at the very back of this little area like so. And then you're going to take your cobblestone wall. You're going to mine out this block and place the cobblestone wall like this. And then you're going to place 2 signs on the second wall. 1, 2. So on the second area here, you're going to place 2. 1 in the second block and then 1 on the top block. So you're going to end up having something that looks like this. I'll leave it right here for right now. Soul sand in the back, cobblestone wall in the middle, and then 2 signs, boom, boom, there on the first and the second block on the right here. That's going to stop the water that we're going to be using for the bubble vader from flowing out this way. So now let's move on to the next part of the farm. Okay, with everything looking like this, now you're going to want to mine out these blocks, but not all of them. You're going to want to mine out this block, this block, this block, this block, this one, this one, this one, a total of 8 blocks. These 4 diagonal blocks and these 4 diagonal blocks, because watch what the water is going to do. Mine out this one, this one, this one, this one, then the 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now if we get an aerial view, let me fly up here. You get the aerial view. You see how all the water is flowing towards the central area and it's coming down here. See, like I'm not moving my character right now. I'm not moving him. The water is pushing me here, and that's what's going to happen to the skeleton. They're going to pop, and you see how it popped up right there? The water is going to flow me all the skeletons to there, and then when they pop up and hit the top of this soul sand block, we're going to have a bubble vader that shoots them up. So now that you got the water looking like that, you're going to want to have some blocks because you just mined out a ton of blocks. So you ought to have a stack of blocks on you. And this is where the torches are going to come in hand in just a second. But you're going to want to go up precisely 27 blocks. I'll do it here on camera. So we're going to go up 27. So to start mining out above you as far as you can reach with your pickaxe. And you're going to go, it's going to get dark in here. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, let me light it up for you guys so you guys can see this as we go. So let's start over. So you're going to go up 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mine out a whole bunch ahead of you. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we did a total of 10. And you're going to want to keep facing forward as well, because that's also a key moment to this, is stay facing the same way so you know that the farm's behind you. And now we got 10, so we go 11, 12. Let's go up. Let's block up 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we're at 15 high now. And let's mine on up some more. Okay, now 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm at 20. We want to go a total of 27. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Just a few more, 26 and 27. So now that you've made it 27 up and you're standing on this block, on the 27th block, you want it only 2 high. So right now we got it 2 high. Mine out 3 blocks in front of you. 1, 2, 3. And you should have a total of 4. You want to place a torch here to remind you where you're going back down for the bubble vader. So we got 3 here, and then mine out 1 more like so, and then mine it out a block like this, and then mine out the block like this. You can leave this torch here for now, but eventually we're going to have to get rid of it. So it's going to look something like this, and you're going to want to pour a bucket of water down this hole, but leave this hole empty, because what's going to happen in a minute, we're going to make a bubble vader. And when all those skeletons come up through the bubble vader, we're going to have water that flows through this little gap here. And then they're going to fall straight down here, and they're going to be 1 hit. So you can punch these skeletons and they'll give you XP. So now with the water like this, in this hole mined out, place a sign above this hole, like so. And once you have this area complete, I'll show you a good technique on how not to drown in the bubble vader. So let's get to that part now. Okay, if you have any water breathing potions, you can bring them with you, but that's why I didn't throw it in there, because a lot of people may not have come across water breathing potions right now. So that's why I said bring the torches. I got a cool technique. Now I'm not gonna tick water, like my bubbles aren't gonna show up because I'm in a creative world. But for you, as you go to mine these, because we got to mine this all the way back down to the soul sand. So for you, since you are going to be having water breathing bubbles, bring torches with you, because you can do this technique. As you mine down, just like so, we're going to mine 27 blocks down, and say you get a few blocks in like that and your bubbles are going, you can do this. Just spam torches against the wall. Just keep spamming torches, and as you're spamming the torches, your air bubbles will fill up, and then once the air bubbles fill up, continue mining on down. And you're going to want to just keep doing that technique until we get all the way back to the soul sand, and then you'll end up having something that looks like this. Now when you're at the bottom like this, and you got the water flowing down and you successfully did not drown, in order to make this be a bubble vader for the soul sand to work, we're going to need them to be source water blocks and not just one source falling down. So grab your kelp, go back in here, and as you swim up, place kelp. Just like I'm doing, you can hold your right click button. As you swim up, you're going to place kelp, and then you should pop out up the farm back to this area again. And then now once you're back up to this area, jump back in, and as you knock the kelp back, you're going to be knocking all the kelp back down. And once you reach the bottom, oh, I just removed. Once you reach the bottom, now it's a bubble vader. You will shoot up to the top. Now that we're up on top and we got the bubble vader working because of the bubbles, you're going to want to place a bucket of water up against this wall so it flows like so. So now everything's going to flow to here, boom, and you should drop down here. Now this is very important. You're going to want to mine down 21 blocks. 21 blocks. This already counts as a block that we mined out, so we're already at 1. And you're going to want to be with the water facing to your back. Mine down 20 more blocks. So we already did 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And now place a torch down here. This block's important, so make sure you leave a torch there. Now that we're 21 blocks deep below the farm, mine out this area, but come out 1. You come out 1 block, and then mine you out a little killing chamber room that you got that you're always going to try to, you're going to come back down here, and the skeletons are going to fall. We're going to set up the collection system here in just a second, but for now, mine out this little room. Give yourself some room to put the collection system in. It's not really a certain amount of blocks that you gotta have mined out. I just recommend like maybe going 4 high and just mine you out a cool little room. I'll show you what I mine out here in just a second. Okay, see, this is what I mined out. I just mined out a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a little 7 by 7 box 4 high, just to have some little room, because we're going to put an entrance and exit back here. I'm going to show you how to, where you can get up and down in this farm like very quickly. Now when you're building this, I forgot to mention this, when you're coming down this way, if you run, even when you're building the bubble vader part with the water, bring some blocks with you, and if there's any holes in your little tube here, make sure you plug them up so like they only can fall straight down. They can't like hang up on a block that's open down there. Same thing with the the Bubble Vader part. Now you're going to want to grab your hopper, your 2 chests, and your carpet. Mine out this block, these 2 blocks, and then these 2 blocks down, and throw your double chest right here. Then mine out the block that your torch is sitting on, and put the hopper facing into the chest, and then put the carpet down above the chest. Now you can also grab a few stair blocks and put them over the chest so you can still access the chest, and also it's going to keep like the items from flinging over once the skeletons die. And then you're going to also grab some torches and make sure you kind of light this place up so nothing spawns in on you while you're down here. And now you can't just leave it like this, so you're going to want to take some blocks and place one here and then over the middle, and you can get rid of that temporary block, and then come down 2 and see the skeletons will still be able to see you. So come down, or my bad, grab a slab and place a slab like so. Now the skeletons won't have line of sight on you. So now let's activate the farm. Now with everything looking like this, 2 blocks down, the slab on it, you got your hopper with your chest in it and your carpet. When the skeletons fall down here, they're going to be one shot unless they're wearing armor. So you're going to want a sword anyway to take them out. And you're also probably going to want sweeping edge on the sword. If you're in Java edition, you can get sweeping edge so you can hit a bunch of them all at once. That's recommended. Now to activate this farm, come all the way over to the far right of this thing and start, and then go up 1 block high and mine out these 2 blocks. And then you should mine out a little tunnel all the way back to the spawner room, like so. Now it's time to remove the torches. If you can reach them from here like I can, great, do that. If you can't, you can bridge out, but be careful, because as soon as you remove these torches, the skeletons are going to spawn. So you can actually like hit them, boom, boom, and then run back in here and mine these 2 blocks out and then put the wall back up. But since I can reach them from here, boom, boom, and see the skeletons are going to start spawning. So they'll start shooting at you. And make sure the room is clear of glowstone as well, which there isn't any in here. So now to make it completely dark, put the wall back up. Now you can throw a torch in the middle here to keep this lit up, and always keep this tunnel empty, and then put blocks back up there. So if you ever have to cut, like if something ever malfunctions and you want to go work on that room, all you got to do is this mine back through the tunnel and place torches on the spawner, and stuff will not spawn. See, now look at them all coming in. As long as you stand close to this wall, the farm will stop being active if you're way this far on this wall, because you're too many blocks away from the spawner. So you want to be close to it like this, and you can actually crouch and get underneath the slab here and just swipe them with your sword like so. And so you get XP and you get drops. Now I want to talk about the collection system real quick. You can do something like this where you just space the bones out and space the arrows out, so that all the bones will fall here. And see, they just keep flowing in. Let's get the one more so I can show you what I'm talking about here with the arrows. All right, now you can do something like that so that all the bones will come in and fill up these spots, and all the arrows will come in and fill up these spots. The other drop you get from this farm is a bunch of different random armors. So it's not really worthy of creating a collection system. You can just take the bones out manually, and I recommend throwing a crafting table and maybe like another chest right here. And what you can do is snatch your arrows out and fill this up, and then snatch the bones out and use a crafting bench. Where's the crafting table? There we go. And make a bone meal, and then turn it into bone blocks to store them in here. So now that you got the spawner all up and working, and they're all easy to take out. You just swipe them with your sword like so, and you're gonna get some of the drops in your inventory. You can just click them into the thing there. Now I want to show you 2 other cool little tips to kind of make this whole little area really, really nice. Okay, an entrance and exit is the next thing. Like, you got to get in and out of this farm. What you can do is mine out these 2 blocks, or go 3 high and go 2 deep, and then throw 2 water buckets down in here, and you can mine this all the way out from the top down, and you'll fall in water. And that way you can just stand at the surface and then jump down a long tube, and you'll always fall in water and you won't take any fall damage. And then you can just hop up and start taking out skellies when you need them. Now, an exit to get out of here is pretty much the same bubble vader. You're going to go 2 deep, 3 high, and this time place 3 signs up against these walls like this. Mine that out and put your soul sand, and you're going to want to mine all the way up to the surface the same way we did the bubble vader inside the farm. And then once you mine all the way up to the surface, pour a bucket of water back down, swim all the way down. You can use the little torch technique so you don't quit breathing, and then get to the bottom and put kelp all the way up, and then mine the kelp out, and you got a bubble vader to the surface. Then you can come over left 3 blocks and mine all the way down, and you got your entrance. So I'm going to go show off the one inside my world so that you guys can kind of see one that's like I've been using for a long time and fully functioning, and maybe some inspiration on how to like decorate it. And I also have a lava trash can to throw all the useless armor pieces that you get from this farm into the lava there. So let's go check that one out. Okay, so here we are inside my world, where I early in this world here ran up on a skeleton spawner just behind that wall there, just like the one we just got done building. And I converted it into an XP grinder, and I decorated it like this. Just use some calcite for the roof. I used the original cobblestone and mossy cobble for the walls, kind of to give it that dungeon vibe feel. And all of them fall in here just like the one we just got done building. And you just give them a little tap and they all go. And then everything, don't look at the skulk there, that some of this stuff ain't in there, but like, yeah, like I got the bones and the arrows, and see all these arrows here from the farm, and I was storing bones there. But see, like these little useless armor pieces, I don't want to throw away none of my good stuff. I built like a little, all this is I mined out a little thing, and 2 blocks deep down is lava, and you can just toss the armor in there, and see it's just a iron pressure plate with an iron trap door and a half slab here, so no matter how hard I push forward, I can't fall into the lava. And it's just a quick way to get rid of all to keep this chest clear of all the useless crap and like the armor and stuff. And then you got your bows that you can combine them in the crafting table to make healthier bows, or you can use those bows in dispensers, stuff which I ended up doing, and then all the bones and stuff. So yeah, that's my XP grinder that I built inside my world. So I hope you guys decide to build it in your world. It's really simple. This video is a tad bit long, but I like to go in depth and show you angles and all the different, questions that I used to have from watching tutorial videos. And then I'd go to try to build it on my own, and I would have some questions. There's some great tutorial videos out there that helped me along the way. So I'm kind of just passing it on and trying to show you guys some cool techniques and stuff on and how to build farms and everything. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. That is all the time I have for you. That is the end of the XP grinder skelly farm. My name has been High Muno. I hope to see you guys next time, and goodbye.